So a few years ago, I maxed out at around 218 pounds. I was bopping along, wasn't paying too much attention. I had a little bit more of a gut than I would have liked, but there wasn't much pressure on me. I'm happily married, I'm in my 50s, my wife was perfectly happy with the way I looked, so nothing was moving me, and as you know, it's real easy in our culture to enjoy tasty food that's kind of fattening, isn't necessarily that great for us, and these things happen. But while I didn't have much pressure on me, one day I did go in to see my doctor, and she started giving me a hard time about a couple of my numbers. And that was just enough impetus to make me say, hey, I'm heading in the wrong direction here, not really happy with the way I look anyway, why don't we do something about it? I'd been already working with my clients on this. I coach people on their weight along with everything else, and it's the same stuff I work with them on other things about. It's all about motivation. So I started paying attention to my own motivation in terms of my weight, and that included the things that I had to have, the really yummy food that I didn't want to do without, and the things I didn't really care that much about. And how much I was actually consuming and whether I needed to be consuming all of that. So I started paying attention, I started watching, and I started experimenting with myself and saying, okay, how much do I have to have? Which things do I not care about? What are my weaknesses? So it used to be that I would buy a lot of Cocoa Krispies and I would just mow through a box of Cocoa Krispies because they're very good. But they're not terribly good for you, and I realized that if I simply didn't keep them in the house, I was fine. I didn't have to eat them, I didn't miss them that much. If they were there, I wanted them. If they weren't there, who cares? So they just weren't that important to me. But I didn't have the discipline to lay off if they were there. So, and discipline is a funny word. I think it's sort of illusory. I think we call ourselves disciplined when we're properly motivated. Many years ago, I used to run cross country, and there was a guy on our team named Joe O'Connor, and during one of our workouts, Joe expressed admiration for me, and he talked about how disciplined I was, that I never took a workout off, that I never took an interval off. We'd do repeat miles, and I'd run everyone just as hard. And Joe thought that was great. And he thought, wow, that Jim McCoy guy, he sure is disciplined. Well, if we took a glance at my grade point average, we'd get a different message. So maybe it wasn't that Jim McCoy was so disciplined. Maybe it was just he was motivated. I cared about cross country. I didn't care so much about Econ 102. And the results showed. So knowing that, I'm not going to try to be disciplined. I'm going to try to be motivated. And I started working it and experimenting until I found a way to use my motivations to slowly, gradually lose weight. And 30 pounds later, here I am. And I find that it's not hard. I still have my tasty craft beer. I still, if someone puts a piece of chocolate cake in front of me, it's gone. If I want a box of Cocoa Krispies, I buy it. But that's rarely. I might do that 2 or 3 times a year, just for fun. But I recognize what I do and I don't need. I follow my motivation. I lose weight. And you can too. So I hope that you can apply that in your own life in a way that's satisfying for you. If you'd like some help, you know where to find me. So thanks for listening.